Welcome again to our YouTube channel, Ratego Radio. Kindly subscribe and enjoy the top political analysis taking place in Kenya today towards the next general elections. Thank you for the support that you have so far given to us. In this episode, we are looking at the game plan of the second most powerful man on land today, William Samoei Ruto, towards the general election which is coming. What are the calculations that William Ruto is making to ensure that he assumes the top office in Kenya? 1. Ruto is ensuring that as the DP, he doesn't resign to keep getting some state intelligence report on political trends in Kenya and other security issues that would be working in his favor. To keep discrediting the government from within and enjoys state little support that he could be getting as the Kenya's DP. He learned this from Raila Odinga, who worked closely with Daniel Toroitich arap Moi when NDP joined KANU, and then later on, Raila walked out of KANU's government when Moi declared Uhuru Tosha by that time, and then Raila supported Mwai Kibaki, which came up with the NARC Rainbow, where Kibaki assumed the top seat. Going by that lesson, Ruto wants to use such character to ensure that he wins the next elections. 3. To scheme and look for sympathy votes in state. If state will pile more pressure on him till he remains with no choice and or no option but to bow out of this government before the next general election. To maximize on propaganda usage using the likes of Dennis Itumbi, a trained journalist from Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. To pile more pressure on Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper and Musalia Mudavadi of ANC, as well as Moses Masika Wetangula of Ford Kenya, not to accept to support Raila Odinga to be the next Kenya's president whatsoever. To finance people who are much more closer, including MPs and senators who are close to Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, and Musalia Mudavadi, not to allow them to support Raila Odinga whatsoever and put more pressure on them that they must just contest for the position of president come 2022 9th August, and if they have to support someone, then it must not be none other than William Ruto. This will work in his favor. To ensure that Kalonzo and Mudavadi are held hostage by their people to contest for the position of presidency and not to support anyone, this will also work in his favor. To ensure that the House of One Kenya Alliance remain the hotbed of permanent disagreements between the top leaders. To ensure that he names one OKA One Kenya Alliance leaders his running mate at last minute, most likely Moses Wetangula, who will have nothing to lose since he is already a weaker candidate compared to Kalonzo and Mudavadi. In fact, if opinion poll would be done today comparing whom One Kenya Alliance will support, then Wetangula will score the least marks, most likely less than 2%, and or to ensure that he names Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate the last minute, awaiting after doing so after Raila Odinga probably could have done his part. To ensure that he gets 95% of votes in the vote-rich region, Rift Valley, where he comes from, 50% of votes from Nairobi County, not less than 40% of votes from Western region, mainly Luhyaland, 15% of votes at least from Nyanza, considering that Luo Nyanza will almost vote for Raila if he declares that he's going to contest for the position of president to the last man. Kisii and Kuria will also be voting in that process. 50% of votes in Ukambani, 50 in Central, 50 in Coast, and also top up with other areas. That he work well to outsmart the person President Kenyatta will support to assume the office of presidency. Ruto is also keen to ensure that he has the mass support of the many poor Kenyans, yet the hustler narrative, which himself would not want to be associated with the issue of being poor. Another calculation Ruto is probably doing is to ensure that he invests heavily in election transmission process when results will be given, going by the 2013 and 2017 experience, to work in his favor. Him and President Uhuru Kenyatta knows very well what worked out for them and what did not work out for them. This is why Kenyatta want a very strong candidate that will beat Ruto, and for now there is no any other candidate other than Raila Odinga who Ruto, in my own analysis, think will give him a run for his money. If all this works in favor for Ruto, then he will be the next president, and President Uhuru Kenyatta will have no choice to hand over power to him, to the man from Sugoi. In the next episode, I will tell you the game plan that President Uhuru Kenyatta would probably play to ensure that he outsmarts Ruto, his deputy, so that the man he will support, whom he always say will be a surprise to many Kenyans, will win and become the next Kenya's president.